Alrighty, good morning traders and welcome to the morning coffee kickoff. This is Epic Big Dog here coming to you live with regards to some trading opportunities that we're going to go ahead and take a look at that took place this week. Hopefully everyone is having a good week so far, and we've had a little bit of movement out of the market. In fact, quite a bit of movement out of the market, but we were expecting a Aussie correction move this week. We spoke about it on Monday. And we had the rate decision come out on Monday. We had the GDP numbers, quarterly data coming out on Monday. Sorry, actually not Monday. It was Tuesday. The statement was early morning Tuesday, and or at least the rate decision and the statement. And then we had the GDP numbers for Australia also coming out later that evening on Tuesday as well. Now they kept the rates unchanged. That was a given. The statement obviously was slightly positive because we saw some further rallies in the Aussie. But then we also saw the GDP numbers come out worse than expected, but better than previous or better than forecast, which created also a positive move on the Aussie. Now, we needed some sort of positive move on the Aussie in order to form some sort of divergence, because that's what we were looking for. We were looking at the market from an overall perspective. We noticed that we had unhit targets. And we also noticed that we were in an extreme overbought condition on most of the Aussie crosses, expecting it to start heading south. We started seeing some divergence patterns also on a 1 hour, 4 hour time frame that also indicated that we could be seeing some bearish movement in the Aussie crosses. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look and see exactly how the market moved this week and what we're going to do and how we're going to be able to trade it next week as well. So with that being said, welcome to Preachy Friday. Yeah, this is where I get to tell you that you're wrong and I'm right. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on here. So, starting off, good morning, by the way. Good morning, Jeff, Craig, good morning. We got Doug in the house, William, Joe. We got Marvin. That's new. First time I've seen you, my friend. Good morning and welcome, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up this right here. Let's pull up this, and let's take a look at what is paid off this week first. Let's go take a look at what's paid off this week first. So this week we've actually had the New Zealand CAD. That one paid off. We got in at 85.78. And it hit its target. So 85.78. Let's go to the New Zealand CAD. And what I need to do is also pull up, let's see here. Yeah, this document right here. So let me do this. And I want to go ahead and see what we had out this week on the New Zealand CAD. So the New Zealand CAD was a hit target this week. Let's take a look at last week. Oh, there it is. That was the 85.78 level that we were trading. So that was actually last week's target that ended up paying off this week. So let's go ahead and take a look at the trade. And I'm going to go to the New Zealand CAD right here. And the New Zealand Canadian. Let's see here. Okay. So it looks like it, hold on. That's weird. What, was it the target down here? Did we get in on this trade and it hit this target right here? It must be. Let me see here. Excuse me. So we entered this on the 26th of May. At 85.78, and it paid off at 84. Okay, not a big profit target on this. If you take a look over here, we basically picked up, let's see here, that's 8 off, that's 92 pips. Alright, so a 92 pip profit target on that. It is profit, right? And it is last week, so let's go ahead and do this. That's 92 pips. We go to last week. We're going to close off last week. We say, all right, this one is now closed. All right, and we're going to go ahead and put the date there. Closed on We get, let's say, the week of the 6th. So it goes 6/1/2020. All right, there it is. So at least we know we closed out this week right here. So this one's closed out. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what else we got. So we picked up 92 pips. Let's see. The pound JPY was also. Let's go to pound US dollar right here. We had 3 trades in on pound US dollar. We entered the first trade on, it looks like, the 6th of May, and that entry point was at 123.45. So let's go to pound US dollar right here. And on pound US dollar, the entry point looks like this is the target we're chasing after right here. Right? So 24, this is the target right here. Now, price has traded up a little higher than that, which is fine. But this was the target that we're chasing after right here. We picked up multiple entry points. So let's take a look at the entry points. So the entry points were, firstly, number one, we had 23.45. So let's go ahead and put 23.45 in. 23.45, which is about here. Then we had another trade at 22.22, I believe, or 22.25. So let's go ahead and put 22.25 in, which is about here. And then lastly, the third trade we had was at 21.06. 21.06. So let's put that in, 21.06, which is down here. All right, give or take a few. All right, so this is where the entry points were, and this is the target. So we picked up on this. We picked up, let's see here. Is that only 145? Yeah, so let's say 150. That's 268, so 418. 718, let's call it 8 805. All right, so that's what it was, 805, and that was on the pound US dollar right here. So this is the pound US dollar right here. This is the one that got put into. So we're going to go ahead and say this is now closed. All right, this was closed, and we closed it at, let's see, closed on 6/1/2020. Looks like that's not the only one that's been closed. The JPY also was closed there. And, oops, that's not right. So that one's closed. Let's go to this week and let's add on this 800 and this 805 right here. So not a bad week of trading. We picked up 1, 2, 3 closed trades this week, and there it is right here. Those are the 3 closed trades this week where we had some multiple entry points on there. So we picked up around about 1,400 pips for the week. No new trades that paid out this week, and you can see that we actually had a lot of sells on the Aussie. 1, 2, 3 sell opportunities this week that we picked up. Clearly, price has not moved. I don't know. Let's take a look and see. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's go to Aussie JPY. Aussie JPY is still active, right? Did we actually put in a trade on this? Let's take a look here. We said it was pending. So it did eventually go into a overbought condition. And let's take a look and see where. Wow, did it go? It must have gone in very early. Why did I not pick this one up? So this is the So it's that candle right here. So we actually got picked up on this one. How did we miss this though? This is Aussie JPY. Yeah, how did we miss this? That's the opening price right here, or at least the closing price of that, is going to be at 72.41. 72.41. Man, I don't have it in here. Alright, so this one actually is active, and it's selling on an overbought condition. So we've got this one selling, and as you can see right here, we would have had multiple entry points in. 94 pips is the daily trading range on this. So we probably got in at this level right here, and we've got an entry point right about here, and then we've got another entry point about there, and then another entry point about here, and there's another entry point about here. So multiple 1, 2, 3, 4 positions in on the Aussie JPY if we got picked up over here. Now let me go take a look at the Aussie JPY on my, because I think I may be in on the Aussie JPY from a while back. Here's the Aussie JPY. I'm in on 7 positions at the moment right now. So I got picked up actually way earlier, and I'm deep 7 pips or 7 trades on this one right here. All right, there it is there. So this one's currently active. Now, let's go take a look at what this looks like on the larger time frame, because we've been looking for this to go ahead and work its way back down south. So a couple of things here. We broke out of that major support, which was resistance for the market. Price is rallying up. We're just now taking out a previous high. Let's take a look right here. There it is there. All right, so bulls are scoring a point. All right, bulls are scoring a point right here. And we're now going to anticipate correction. We're not seeing any sort of daily divergence at the moment right now. Nothing on the table with regard to daily. I like that we're in an overbought condition on this. All right, so we are overbought on this. I'm going to go ahead and add this into our, this is our trading room. In fact, I think I've already listed there. Yeah, overbought. So we are overbought on the Aussie JPY daily time frame. Now I don't have divergence. Let's go take a look at the 4-hour time frame right here. Listen here. This is what we want. We want the market to create new highs. There it is. There we have a high and now a higher high. If we look at the oscillator below, we are seeing price from an overbought condition starting to head south. This, my friends, is looking hot. All right. Now I know I said that we can expect the Aussie or at least the Aussie crosses to fall short this week, and it hasn't happened. We've seen some further rally, but it's starting to run out of some. It's starting to exhaust itself. And we can see this by these divergence because momentum is actually trading against the actual price range. So this is good news for us to go ahead and think about Aussie JPY bearish next week. I'm certainly going to be jumping on that bandwagon early on Sunday. Check that out. Early Sunday, check out for divergence. Look for a sell-off on Aussie JPY. Write it down right now. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look and see what else we've got going here. So I'm already in on multiple positions on this, so I'm good to go. No worries for me. I'm in on this trade already, but definitely with other trading accounts that I do have, I'm going to look for a divergent sell-off. I'll probably trade right trader max on a 1-minute time frame come Sunday evening. We'll check that out on Sunday. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what else we have this week. So that was the Aussie JPY. Let's take a look. Look, let's focus on the Aussies right here. We had Aussie New Zealand dollar also selling off this week. So let's go to Aussie New Zealand dollar. And let's take a look at the target. And we have actually an entry point right here. There's the entry point. You can see we marked it off as the 781. So 1.0781, which is 781 is right here. And we had a 62. So it looks like there was 2 entry points right here, there and there. And they have now paid off this morning. So this paid off, and we are out of this 63 pips and 125. So that is 188 pips were captured on this. 188 pips right here, and we closed out. All right, so this was closed out 188 pips. Good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Aussie CAD. Now, I don't believe I picked up this one right here. Let me just take a look and see. Aussie, New Zealand dollar. Looks like I did pick up 4 positions, but I'm actually holding on to something from a previous week. So I'm still bearish on Aussie, New Zealand dollar. And I'm chasing after, let's see here. I'm chasing after this target down here. So I'm still in on a trade right here. I've got 4 positions deep, and I'm chasing after that target right here. So I'm looking for a much deeper target. For those that traded this week, fantastic. They picked up 188 pips on their trade. Let's go take a look at Aussie, New Zealand, Aussie CAD. All right. Denise says, liking the Aussie JPY. Yep, me too, Denise. Me too, absolutely. I'm liking it as well. Let's go take a look at Aussie CAD right here. And on the Aussie CAD, let's see here. We have price still unhit this week. We are in on a trade. We got in at 92.46. So 92.46 is around about here. Average true range is around about 78. So we got in on another trade right here. And another trade around about here. So we should be around about 3 trades deep. 3 trades deep. Let me see if I'm picked up on this one. Aussie Canadian. I got 4 trades deep, but I could also be chasing after a different target. Let me see my target. My target is at 89.78. 89. Nope, I'm chasing after that target right here. Let me go ahead and mark it off. That's my target. But for those that are in on this target for this week, this is your target for the week. This is mine. And we're in 3 positions. You should be close to break even at the moment right now. But again, traders, we'll be looking for a much deeper dip down to the downside on Aussie crosses. So looking to hold this pair further down south. If we take a look over here, we do see awesome divergence here. There's price and momentum disagreeing. We definitely have divergence on the 1 hour time frame. Let's go to the 4 hour. And the 4 hour is showing very similar. We've got a lot of resistance up here at the top. We do see momentum pushing lower. Right, we got momentum moving lower. We did move up higher on price. And we should see a further dip to the downside. Looking for this monthly target at 91.58 also to come into play. So we should be good on Aussie CAD further down south in next week. That's what we're going to be looking for right there. All right. Cool. So we're happy and comfortable with holding on to the Aussie New Zealand dollar, at least the Aussie CAD, through the weekend. Let's take a look at the next trade. Next trade is going to be Aussie US dollar. We entered at 69.24. Let's take a look here. 69.24. All right. So the day, the 4 hour is showing a flat top right here, a lot of resistance right here. We'll be looking for price to dip down. We do see momentum working its way back down south. And if you actually look over here, we are starting to see higher highs as well. So momentum definitely pushing down south. We had a little bit of rally. I think the next downside move is going to be bearish for us on Aussie US dollar. That's what's going to look for right here. Now remember, we did have non-farm payrolls come out this week, and I haven't forgotten about that. This is non-farm payroll week. And so let's take a look at the numbers that came out this morning. What? Are you kidding me? Come on, someone is messing with the data right here. I mean, look at the unemployment rate. They were expecting 19.4%. We're at 13.3%. That is not real. All right, we're at 13.3. Well, look, it's worse than previous. Actually, no, it isn't. Previous was 14.7%. Now we're at 13.3%. What? Are you kidding me? Look at the non-farm payroll numbers. It came out positive, 250K. Sorry, 2.5K. This is not real. All right. So the numbers came out better for the non-farm payroll, or at least the employment chain. The average earnings that did drop to minus 1%. So we did have the average earnings dropping to minus 1% from the 1%. Now that is a bit of concern right there, because with average earnings dropping means that people are taking on jobs that they are overqualified for, and it's bringing the average earnings down. So that's not cool, but it is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Canadian data. We got the Canadians reporting as well. Employment change, that was positive. We had the unemployment rate, that was positive. So positive numbers for the Canadians as well this morning. That should give us some further downside move in Aussie Canadian as well. So that's good. That's probably why we've seen some bearish movement in Aussie Canadian. All right, so that makes me more and more believe and trust, based on the data, that we could see a downside move in Aussie US dollar. I'm very confident about that. Let's go to the this is the daily time frame right here. Now we did trade above that major low right here. Price has traded above that major low. Let's see here, and we are expecting a correction move. I mean, we're looking for this right here. We got a new fib level right here being plotted. We're looking for price to go ahead and work its way back down south. Yeah, things are opening up. I get it. Things are opening up here in the US. So with things opening up, I didn't expect the employment change to be so positively affected so soon. And, you know, things may be opening up, but I really did not expect to see the employment change that quickly. I thought maybe next month Friday or next non-farm payroll, maybe then we would have seen something different. Clearly not the case, as the numbers have reported so far. Okay, now with that being said, with positive Canadian data, you would think that the Euro CAD would be heading south, right? Well, it hasn't been. We've actually seen the Euro Canadian actually moving north, which is weird. So positive Canadian, weaker Euro. You should think Euro CAD's moving south. And why I'm saying that is because I'm in on a trade at the moment right now that has just been rallying. I'm actually selling this one. Oh no, I am buying. No wonder I'm in the red. Okay, my bad. That makes sense why I'm losing money. Okay. It does help when you know which direction you're trading. All right. That's another subject and another conversation on its own. Now, yeah, 2 million, yeah, 2.5. That's correct, yes, on the non-farm payroll, Craig. Yep, that is right here. So 2.2K would be 2,200,000. Yes, that is correct, yes. Let's go ahead and take a look at. Okay, so Aussie US dollar. We're in sales on Aussie US dollar. We're going to hold on this one over to the weekend. We are expecting correction move. So I'm in on Aussie US dollar. Let's take a look and see if I've got this one traded. Yes, I've got 2 positions in. I'm not that deep on this position. I got 2 positions deep on this. And so we'll wait this one out. I think we got in on this pretty late. Yeah, I didn't originally get in on the initial entry here. I got picked up when it actually started making another overbought condition right here. So this is where I got in, around about here. So I managed to get in there. And the reason why I got in there, for some reason my EA was not working by the time it had this entry. And so I reset it, and it picked me up right up here at the top. So I'm currently in on a little later entry, which in a way it's good, but in another way it's not good, because I would rather prefer to have multiple entry points right here, so that when price does work its way back down, we're making a lot more profit to the downside. It is what it is. You can see it. One could say, well, you don't have too much risk. The other one could say, well, you're not going to make too much profit. So you can see it both ways, how it could be benefit to each trader. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at what else we've got going. This is the last one right here, Euro JPY. For some reason, I highlighted it on Monday. I'm not even sure why I did that. Maybe because I was monitoring it. I didn't pick up. Oh, that's right. I didn't get picked up on the Euro JPY initially. So let's take a look and see Euro JPY. I don't think I'm in on this. Oh, I am. Snap. All right, so I'm in on 5 positions on this. Looks like I'm chasing after a target down here at 118.88. Let's see here, Euro JPY. 118.88. Okay, good. So I am in on this trade. I'm five positions deep on this, chasing after the target right here. I do see price moving higher. I see beautiful divergence here as price continues to work its way back higher. I'm expecting the market to turn around. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. 4-hour, yes, love it. Okay, we're starting to see a divergence. Check this out. Here is the peak right here, and price just continues to move up higher as the momentum starts pushing down lower. We have a monthly target also to the downside, about 118.08. 118.02. So we're looking for a monthly move to the downside. We're looking at a weekly move to the downside. We'll carry this trade over to next week. It'll become a missed target on the weeklies, but that's okay. We got 5 positions deep. Once it gets to our target, we should be in the money. Now, can we get to 118.02? That's the question everyone's got behind the scenes. So let's take a look. We're at this previous wave 1 low, all right? And we are in a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're stuck in a wave 4 here on the daily. We're hitting resistance. Bulls are scoring points. We're hitting resistance from a previous wave 1. It makes sense for us to want to go ahead and continue to sell short. We should not blow through. We should just test it and reject off that level and see price moving back south. Now, let's take worst case scenario and say, big dog, you're so wrong. You've got nothing worked out here. And let's say that price will continue to rally, but we're going to see a shallow dip. So which means that price is going to go ahead and dip down to the backside of the trend line and then rally off. That's worst case scenario if we do not get this 4th wave holding. Now, if that's going to be the case, hey, we have to look at the overbought condition. We're way overbought right now on multiple multiple time frames, and so we're expecting at least a dip. Now, if that dip's going to take us just to this trend line, then what we could do is we could look for price to work itself back from that trend line about 474 pips to the downside. That's all I need. Let me take a look, see what my trade looks like. On this trade, I'm only down 184 pips. So if I dip down, if the market drops 484 pips, that means I'll be net 300 pips up on 5 positions. Beautiful, love it, want to stick around, because that means 5 times 400 gives me 2,000 pip opportunity that I'm going to be making up on this trade. That's it. Good stuff. I'm happy. I'm good to hold on to Euro JPY for the weekend. All right, so that's it for us on that. And so we're going to hold on to the Euro JPY right here. I'm going to go ahead and now change the color again. And then the final thing that I'm going to go ahead and do right now, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what I have in deep position. So Euro Aussie, we've got 5 positions on the Euro Aussie. Let's go take a look at the Euro Aussie. We got buying. We're looking to buy on the Euro Aussie. So let's take a look at Euro Aussie. And I always look at the daily time frame when I'm looking at holding on to many positions. We are definitely in an oversold condition, looking for price to work its way back up. We had a morning star form right here. We're getting a retest of that. Hopefully that doesn't last for too long. Listen here. We've seen some weakness out of the euro over the last 24 hours. This is coming off the rate decision that they kept the rates unchanged, which we, of course, realized that. But yesterday, after the rate decision, we actually saw a bullish day for the euro. But now we're seeing a bearish day for the euro. But this could also be just a correction move and a retest of the morning star. So we're going to stick around and see if we can continue to work its way back up to at least to the top of this falling wedge resistance channel right here. And we'll make a decision. So we're definitely going to hold on to the euro, Aussie. I'm not too concerned about this as of right now. Although I do also see that we do have room for price to move back down to this trend line. Hopefully we get the pullback before the dip. If we don't, we may get multiple positions in. We may be in on 7, 8, 9 positions before price works its way back up again. Right? Because this is where we are at that support. We've got to see some sort of correction. With an extreme oversold condition, we got to see some sort of correction move on this. And we'll wait for it and take advantage of that next week. All right. Next is, let's take a look right here. I've got 5 positions on the Euro JPY. We've spoken about the Euro JPY. And we've spoken about the Aussie JPY as well. And then we've got Pound JPY. I've got 4 positions on Pound JPY. I'm looking at sells on the Pound JPY. And then 4 positions on the Aussie New Zealand dollar, which we've spoken about as well. So let's just go ahead and touch on the Pound JPY. And Pound JPY is range bound. It's a no-brainer. We are expecting an overall trend to be bullish, but we are trading this correction move or expecting a correction move on the Pound JPY. If we take a look right here, we do see overbought conditions right here, so we may have to wait this out a little bit longer. If I go ahead and put in some fibs right here to look intelligent, it makes me, all right, it looks like, okay, we have price creating the AB boundary. We had an irregular flat creating a deeper correction move inside the AB boundary, and then price is working its way back up to 141.34. That matches up with this right here. That trend line is horrible, by the way. So let's try that again. So we're looking at the market to test this level right here. Okay, that's a better trend line, and that's right there at the 1.618. So we could see another probably about 200 pips. We've got another 200 pip worth of rally here before we start seeing a turnaround to the downside, right? If it does come down south, it's going to stall right here, which will give us, let's take a look at that. That gives us approximately, what is that, 380 pips. So we could see a 380 pip correction move before the rally takes up. So 200 pips before we see some resistance, and then another about 380 pips if we're going to head back down south. Now, let's take a look and see if we got any sort of 4-hour divergence here. And we do see, we absolutely do. Same thing happening right here. Notice that price has gone ahead and created a high, now a new high, and we are seeing from an overbought, an extreme overbought condition, we are starting to see momentum creating lower highs. So we're going to see this momentum turn around next week. If we can turn around and head back down below 100, we should start seeing Euro JPY on its way back down south. So that's going to be something that is going to be real interesting to see how it unfolds over the next week or so. So holding on to Euro JPY, let's see what plays out. This is a 149 pip trading range. So if it does rally up another 200 pips, we'll probably only pick up another 1 position on that. that would be maybe 2 at most, and that'd be okay for us to go ahead and continue to hold. So yes, and finally we got divergence on the Euro JPY. Yeah, the Denise, yeah, that is correct. Yes. So that pretty much wraps up what we've got currently right now with trading opportunities. A good week for us this week. As you can see, we had a total of, looks like 188 this week, plus the previous week trades of 1,423. That gives us about, call it 1,600 pips for the week. That's not a bad deal, considering that the market was slightly choppy on some of the pairs that we had traded. So, good to know that we got some payout from the previous trades. We'll see what happens next week. We'll see everyone back again on Monday for another session here with the FX Big Dog. So with that being said, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Good luck with your trading. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Relax, enjoy yourself. We should be pretty solid next week with regards to some awesome trades that we're currently in. We should start seeing the money starting to come in by the end of next week. This is the FX Big Dog, wishing you peace, joy, and successful trading. Until Monday, happy trading.